Hey, I'm Damien.
Hey, yeah, your phone.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you
Is it
too.
okay if I come in?
Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead.
Would you like me to take my shoes off?
Yeah.
Fine. All right, so go ahead and leave those there. So, by the way, really nice house. Where'd you guys get that painting?
Oh yeah, well, we picked it up in Denver, I guess.
So did you guys do a trip out there?
Yeah, it was a fun trip.
So did you guys like to do a lot of traveling?
Yeah.
Awesome. Hi, Ms. Baca, nice to meet you. I'm Damien. I was referred by your friend from church. Thanks so much for having me over. You have such a beautiful house. Do you guys do the gardening yourself, or do you guys have somebody help?
Yeah, I do.
That's so awesome. Do you like gardening?
Yeah,
What do you like gardening?
like fruits and veggies.
Yeah, you guys do some road? Well, hey, we should cut up some of that food later.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, we
awesome.
should.
You got so many kids? Is
Yeah.
there
Yeah,
somebody out
no.
there? Are they? Okay, that's awesome. Oh, you have a little dog. You guys okay if I pet him?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Oh, it's a little belly.
You love the attention.
Oh, I can tell. It's so awesome. Sorry, I'm like super big into dogs. That's so great. Well, is it okay if we use the kitchen? Do you have a kitchen table or anything? Okay, awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and set everything up here. All right. Grab my manual here. Well, let me write some notes down here real quick. Kind of like to remember all my past and hopefully future customers. All right. So did you guys want to buy like at least 3 sets? No. So tell me about your kids. What do they like to do for fun?
Well, one of them's really big into soccer and sports and stuff. Yeah. The other one's kind of like that. I guess you would say he's the introvert. He doesn't really get out much.
So he's the one good with people.
I don't know about good with people, but I don't know. I guess it depends on the right situation.
They like art.
They like art.
That's kind of their outfit.
Well, your house is very like colorful, so they must take after you.
Yeah, they do.
That's awesome. Okay, great. Well, look, if I tell you guys a little bit about myself.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got my notes here. I'm still working on all this stuff here. So I am Damien. So I'm actually a college student over at DePaul University. And I'm studying psychology. My big goal is I want to own a business one day. I want to like work with young people and everything like that. So here's what I can tell you, this job. Man, I don't think I'd be able to do that if I wasn't for this job. This really helps me out. Every appointment that I do, this is teaching me about, meeting different kinds of people like yourself, which is so helpful because how everybody's so different nowadays, and you can't find, I can't learn this kind of stuff working at McDonald's. I can't learn this kind of stuff working at a restaurant because those are such like low-time interactions. So with this, I get to spend an hour with you guys, which, for you guys, you're gonna forget about it after an hour, but like every one of these demos is absolutely crafting my life. So I'm super grateful that I'm able to do this here because first of all, I'm working towards a scholarship and, I'm trying to help pay for school, which is something I'm really proud about and make sure I'm financially independent. But more importantly, I also want to learn about, people's finances and I want to learn about kind of things people invest into in their kitchen. And so this is really helping me out for that. So you guys are amazing for letting me do this. I know that you obviously have a lot of things going on, but like this really means the world to me. And I promise that this demo is going to be fun. I promise I'm going to show you a really good high quality product line. And I promise you that I'm also going to ask you if you want to buy it. And you're more than welcome to say no as many times. I have to get paid even if you don't. But I am in a huge huge contest right now. It's called the Push. Basically, my manager and I, we have a little contest where based on how many demos I do, it allows me to get into a leadership position. And I'm really excited to get into that because, if I'm trying to like help pay for school and I can inspire somebody else to do the same thing for them too, I'm sure everybody's parents will be happier. Cool. So anyways, that's why at the end of this demo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you for referrals of at least 597 of really nice, parents like you guys. So I'll start writing them down. So if you guys want to maybe get out the old Rolodex and all that while you're doing. Now, only if you think my appointment is open. Only if you think that what I'm doing is fine. And that it would be okay for somebody else to watch it. But just so you know, that's the only way that I can do appointments. And I don't want to go back to having those flip burgers and be sad, wearing a little hat or working construction. I'm sure you guys wouldn't want to do that either. So you guys are both educated. So anyways, we're gonna start. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, no
awesome.
problem.
All right, so you go ahead and get the presentation up. So we'll use my my iPad here to be able to professionally present all these things to you guys, of course. All right, so go ahead and open this up. Into the full screen mode. All right, awesome. So, like I mentioned, I am in a big scholarship contest right now. You can see a little bit better that way. Bring the camera over. Hi, Michaela. All right. So I'm in a big scholarship contest, like I mentioned, so far towards my $10,000 goal, I'm about halfway up here. So I'm doing okay. But if you guys want to buy the other $5,000 today, that would be great because I can go on vacation afterwards. I don't have to work the rest of the week. But even if you don't, I promise that I will, I'm going to work all the way to the very last minute. Like literally, it's all the way until next Saturday. And I'm planning on doing appointments 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. Because it's not really about like hitting your goal. It's like you gotta like punch through the goal. You gotta like become a better person on the way there. So even if I fail, I'm still gonna go after it. But hopefully maybe if you do get motivated by my goal, maybe I'll call you Saturday morning and ask you to buy an extra cutting board or something. Something to help me hit it. So you can be like the person that be like, I helped Damien hit his goal. All right. Also through Cutco, I can earn a President's Club letter, which will look great on my resume. And there is something called an All-American Scholarship that I can use to help pay for school as well. So I'm kind of going for all these things right now. But since I am still in my first summer, I really want to be good at this job. And, you got to have the repetition. So do you guys care if I read my script? Does that bother you?
No,
Okay,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
kind of marketing starts that script at some point.
You gotta sound good like you, Mr. Bacchus. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of put that behind you. All right. So anyways, like I mentioned, on the phone, you don't have to get anything, but if you do see something you like, you can get it today. Not only would you be getting an awesome product, but you would be helping me out towards my goals. However, my main goal today is I do a great job. You love me and feel comfortable referring to a bunch of other nice moms like you. So by the way, when I finish the demo, I'm going to have you give me a couple of ratings on an app. It's kind of how I get credit, so it's kind of like the Yelp review of how good Damien did. If you guys wouldn't mind doing that, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So first question, who does most of the cooking, by the way? Is it a little bit of him, a little bit of you, most of you? Do you cook because you have to, or you like to, or is it because you love to?
I enjoy cooking, but it's mostly a necessity.
Yeah.
But I have my days where I enjoy just making whatever I want.
What's like the best thing he makes?
I don't know. I have to. I'm just kidding. He makes good lasagna.
The lasagna.
Yeah.
So you do like a lot of like chopping up. You do like veggie or do you meat?
I do veggies.
You do veggies. So you're like chopping up a bunch of veggies. What kind of stuff are you doing?
Yeah.
What kind of veggies do you like to chop up into lasagna? What makes it special?
So usually bell peppers, zucchini, cucumbers. Well, not cucumbers, but zucchini mostly.
Yeah.
Got some carrots in there,
Awesome.
onions. Yeah. Good,
Okay.
good mix.
So you definitely are chopping and dicing. Okay, awesome. Well, then you're going to love Cutco. All right, so as you can see, Cutco has been made in America since 1949, something we're really proud about. And we sell over $250 million of Cutco annually. Like every person in your neighborhood already has it. Because we have over 20 million customers, especially since everybody started cooking so much more. And we're also the proud makers of K-bar knives used by both military and law enforcement agents. So before we get started, I was wondering if I'm going to send you guys, what I'm going to send you guys on a little scavenger hunt. Ready? So what I need you to get is your favorite straight edge knife, your favorite serrated edge knife. So straight edge with the points, and a steak knife. And then you guys have like a cutting board or something we can use?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and send you on it. Oh, look, here's your kitchen drawer. So you can feel free to grab a couple knives from that. That would be awesome. So we got a serrated edge. All right, that's a good one. We got the cutlery.
It's a steak knife.
Steak knife. Okay.
We got a steak knife. And then, how about that big long one there for the straight edge? That's a good one too. All right, and we'll use the steak knife. That's pretty perfect. All right, awesome.
I have this one.
I know this is your kitchen.
Sorry.
Just kidding. All right. So what I want to do is I want to show you the quality of Cutco. Can't We can just, yeah. All right, you guys, here's a penny I could borrow, like 1 cent. I promise I'll give it right back.
No.
You do? Okay, awesome. All right, thanks for bringing that out for me. All right, so these are our shears. I'm sure you have said this before, but this is gonna show the quality. Now, a lot of times it's like timeout. So if there's like a little kid in the room, I'll be like, hey, little Johnny, you want to see something cool? I'm gonna show you a magic trick. And they're like, all right, you ready? This is a regular penny. I'll let them hold it. They'll check it out. I'm like, all right. Would it be pretty cool if I can cut the penny? I'm like, all right. Oh no, I didn't do it right. Sorry. And then it just blows his mind, right? He's like freaking out. Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Right, so a couple cool features about the shears. I mean, you can use it for everything: cardboard, cloth, paper, text. You know, all the science fair projects. You know, like when you get those gigantic boxes on Amazon and they don't fit in the dumpster, and so you have to like try to break them down. You work for that. I mean, if they can cut a penny, you can cut the cardboard, and they also come apart, so you can put them in the dishwasher. I know that you have a really nice garden. This is great to just like throw up the garden a little bit. You don't have to go right and bring out the big fruiters if you don't want to all the time. So my mom had one of these in the garden and in the garage. And then sometimes she'd bring it in the kitchen, but you can always just put them in the dishwasher, so there's these. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I like them.
So that's the quality of Cutco, right? We just want to show you a little bit of that. So I don't know if you've ever seen. So we actually snuck into your home last night. Hopefully you didn't hear me. Took a little picture of your drawer. So let me tell you a little bit about this drawer. Most people have the world's most expensive set of knives. Most knives are just engineered to like break or dull within 1 to 3 years. So households waste a ton of money replacing cheap knives over and over. So you probably know this better than I do, but cheap knives kind of waste a lot of money. So we have 2 different types of handles. The first handle is called a wooden handle. So wood is like really attractive when it's new, but wood is like a sponge and it'll absorb odors, grease, bacteria. Do you see that like green discoloration around that? So what that is little bacteria got in there, ate all the food particles that are in there, and that's all the waste from the bacteria poop. And it's rotting the wood from the inside out. And then that's when you hold it, and then you can transfer it from surface to surface like that. When there's like raw chicken, there's salmonella poisoning, and that's all. That's why wooden handles are illegal to have in restaurants, hospitals. You can't use them for preparation anywhere. Now some people still do it because who listens to the law.
Wait,
but
side note, Cracker Barrel has wooden knives.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Right? I would definitely recommend that you throw away all the wooden handles. And by the way, if you want, we have a program. Now you're not supposed to do this, but we have a program where if you trade in some of your old knives, we can give you a massive discount on a set of Cutco. So I can let you know about that later. Yep. Yeah, it's called our secret weapon. So all right. That's the wooden handles. Now plastic handles, obviously much more sanitary, but you guys are seeing like the plastic handle that's melted, like chipped and cracked and stuff and starts to wobble and everything like that. That's because plastic is really cheap, and that's how most knives actually are designed. Now there's 2 different types of steel. First of all, it's called high carbon steel. High carbon, you might see some of the knives start to rust like that. It's like really tough, but it's also like looks like a rusted tailpipe. Probably better ways to get iron in your diet than using this, right? So the alternative is stainless steel. Stainless steel is really nice and clean and shiny. But it's really soft, and so I don't know if you notice that these knives go dull pretty fast.
Yeah.
Okay, different types of edges. We've got serrated edges, like the one that you have here. Serrated edges are great because they are going to be sharper at the beginning, but then when these points wear away, there's no way to resharpen them. Right? They kind of have to be replaced over time. And then the alternative to serrated edges are straight edge knives. And straight edges, they make a really clean cut, but again, they go really fast. And let me ask you guys a question: how often would you say that you actually sit down as a family on a Friday night after a long week of work, and you're like thinking about some good leisure time activities with your family, and you're like, what we should do today as a Friday night activity? We should sharpen our knives.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a family activity. I do it about once a month.
Right? Most people, by the way, do you know how often you're supposed to sharpen your knives?
I've heard that you should sharpen it every time you use it.
Well, that's what a shop does, right? So that's what you're supposed to do, but nobody ever does that. And so you're actually using dull knives that are dangerous. And you know what's more dangerous between a sharp knife and a dull knife? The dull knife, because it's pushed down way harder. That's the most accidents in the kitchen will happen. So that's the whole problem with these knives. And the worst part about it is the construction of them. So then there's partial tang where the steel only goes through like halfway through the handle. And it causes them to bend, and you see how it can break right there, right? Because there's no more steel there. Steel is the most expensive part of the knife. And then these rivets are made of brass or stainless steel, which can expand, can pop out. These can obviously break and get loosened over time. I don't know if you've ever seen knives that are like bendy and wobbly like that before. So when purchasing cutlery, the choices are to buy cheap and replace them often, or buy obviously really high quality that last a lifetime. So let me show you how Cutco has solved all these problems. You ready? I don't think you're ready.
Oh.
Is he ready? I'm gonna let you hold him personally.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he's kind of the cook, so I don't.
But I'm gonna buy it.
You're gonna be the one that fires. Do you care that she buys the home fire set and plus for one for the bathroom, or? No, okay. All right, but you gotta be like, I don't want you to fall like down when you hold it. It's so
I'll be
comfortable.
fine.
All right, you'll be fine.
This is so pretty.
You comfortable?
Yeah.
All right, well, my job here is done. No, I'm joking. All right, so there are 5 features that make Cutco the world's finest set of cutlery. Obviously, we're talking about the best, so it's not going to be cheap, but as you know, good things aren't cheap, cheap things aren't good. So the first feature is a universal Westlock handle. It is 100% unique to Cutco products. It was developed by Thomas Lamb, studying 700 pairs of hands designed the handle. It's all sizes of hands, eliminates hand fatigue and slipping, and it's incredibly comfortable to hold because it locks the thumb and forefinger into place. I don't know if you can kind of put your thumb and forefinger around that. See how it kind of grips it like that. The next feature is called thermoresin. That's the material of the handle. And it's a very similar material that dishwashers and football helmets are made of. That's a very expensive material to use on knife handles, but it's worth it because it doesn't chip, crack, fade, or mate, or melt. And it's most importantly, it is 100% dishwasher safe. So you have to worry about washing the knife by hand. You can just throw it in the dishwasher, so it's more comfortable. And it's easier to clean. All right, so as you notice, the full thing, one thing, by the way, timeout, that happens is like we'll put the knife down. So go ahead and just put the knife down. Okay, so the next feature is the full tang. So as you can see, like the steel goes through all the way in the handle. So what did I just do?
Put it back.
Yeah, I just keep having them hold it the whole entire time. That feel, so I just wanted to hold the whole time. As you can see, the steel goes through all the way to the handle for balance and safety, so it doesn't bend or wobble while breaking. And then the metal clamps, these little rivets, are made of nickel silver, so they don't expand, pop out, to eliminate food or bacteria from being caught in the handle. Right. And then the last feature is the high carbon stainless steel. So this is the same kind of steel that they use on like surgery instruments. Yeah, like I just keep getting holding it, give that to you like the whole entire time. In fact, our steel goes through a three-step multi-day heat temperature process to make sure the steel is the right hardness and edge retention, like less than 1% manufacturers in the world use that process. Yep, you can see the next Cutco owners in there.
I'm gonna buy it for you.
You see
They
that?
better be
You
good.
see like the most amazing housewife? It's got pictured in there.
Yeah.
Got a little-
Yeah.
All right, so I want to show you Cutco's special double D edge and how it sets us apart. So would you mind grabbing a cutting board? Oh, putting him to work.
Work.
Brad.
That's Cutco. You can't use Cutco.
No, you can use the cutting board for Cutco. We're just using the cutting board for now.
Oh, just random.
Yeah, just the cutting. All right, so I went into your refrigerator and found the most fibrous thing you guys have. Just kidding. So the reason we're gonna use a piece of rope is it'll show you really easily how different types of edges will work. All right, I know she's a lot stronger than you, but I'm gonna let him do this part. If it's okay for you. All right, so I'm gonna have you do the cutting, Mr. Bach. This can be really, really easy. So the first thing we're gonna use is we're gonna use your serrated edge. Now I know you were like pumping iron earlier, so I think you're gonna probably do this really well. But here's the way that this works. So I'm gonna hold the rope for you, and here's how I want you to do it. Ready? You can't, you gotta do it the same way. Now you start at the back, and then just go ahead and do full strokes all the way around. And I'm gonna hold it for you so you don't have to worry about it. All right, awesome. You see how it kind of rips and tears the rope a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how serrated edge works. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Now we're gonna use the straight edge, same thing. I want you to go ahead and start at the back of the blade, push down hard, and you can go ahead and make full stroke same way. Didn't know you got a workout today, did you?
No, he didn't.
All right, perfect. And you see now it makes a really clean cut. And then lastly, we'll just use the Cutco knife. It's a little bit smaller than that one, but still should do okay. Again, start at the back of the blade, push down hard and make full strokes. You don't even put your finger on the top because then now you're going to be able to be more sturdy by the handle.
Wow.
Is that awesome? As you can see, makes also a nice clean cut. I sprinkle a little bit of like Get Strong powder on them. I don't know if you noticed that. All right, so the most unique feature. The most unique feature is called the double the edge. So, which is unique to Cutco. It has 3 razor sharp edges located between the points, so it cuts a little bit faster. Okay, but what's cool is that it has these like little edges between the points, so the blades cut forward, backwards, and straight down. So forwards, backwards, and straight down. And it's not your food that dulls the knife; it's actually your cutting boards. So the because of double the edge, these blades are protected, and they're going to stay sharp on average between 7 to 10 years.
Whoa.
With normal everyday use. Now, the best part of the guarantee, the best part about Cutco isn't that we just say it'll stay sharp, but we back it up with our 4-part forever guarantee. It's one of the only products that you can buy once, use every day, and never have to replace. The product is your proof of purchase, and you can even pass it down from generation to generation and leave it as a legacy. So when like, you know, your grandkids are like 50, they'll still have like their grandparents' knives. So there's 4 parts of the guarantee. Forever performance. If anything ever goes wrong with your Cutco, just send it back. Just send it back to the factory and we'll fix or replace it for free. You'll never have to pay to replace your knives. Forever sharpness, Cutco's double the edge remains sharp for 7 to 10 years under more use. But when Cutco needs sharpening, you send it back and they'll sharpen it for free. Unconventional use, if you or mostly him ever destroys your knives through misuse or abuse, we replace them at half the retail cost. And then the most important thing that Cutco has ever done is our in-home trial. Basically, we don't want you to just get excited about Cutco and buy a full set today, even though I'd love for you to do that. You know, you're also one for the lake house. But we want you to try it out just to make sure you love it. So we give you 15 business days. That's 3 weeks. And what we hope is over the course of those 3 weeks that you can kind of like cook enough to really make sure that you love it. And obviously, if for any reason you don't, we will offer you free return shipping. So I'll come by, I'll ship everything up, we will all cry, and then we'll send the knives back. But that way you get to try it out and you get 100% of the money back, no restocking fee. And that's something that we've offered since 1949, just to make sure people don't have to just kind of impulsively try. Because when you go to a store, you have to just buy it and hopefully it works. But with us, we want you to really fall in love with it. And if for any reason you're not obsessed with it, we'll go ahead and return it. Okay. And we have a program where you can even try it out for like 20% down. So it's easy to kind of like take a look at it. So you can always buy more than you really may even need and just kind of see what you like and keep the rest. All right. So anyways, let me show you a short video of what you're going to be sounding like in a couple of months. Okay, so watch the video. Okay. And Cutco's a great investment because you'll never have to buy another knife. And it's really hard to beat American made and forever guaranteed. Okay. All right.
Quick side note, should we be commentating over that video? Because sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Doesn't matter. What do you want to do? All right, so I'm going to show you by showing you the pieces in our most popular set, which is what's called the Homemaker. And of course, you all can buy individual pieces. But most customers agree that over a lifetime, a set is a much better value. It's important to have the right tool for the right situation because of safety and efficiency. We actually have 2 much larger sets called the Ultimate and Signature set. But I'm going to start with the pieces in our basic set, which is the most popular. It's called the Homemaker Plus 8. It's got the minimum number of tools to do 100% of the jobs in your kitchen as efficiently as possible. It's the best value for the average family. And it starts with your paring knife. I'm sure you guys have used a paring knife before. All right, so paring knife, this is called your air knife. You're going to use this for all the small jobs in the air, like peeling and paring fruits, vegetables. You guys ever do like fruit salads or smoothies? This is a knife that you go ahead and just kind of like cut everything into the fruit smoothie maker. Okay. But because it's a straight edge, you would not want to use it on this cutting board. That's what you would use the trimmer for. I actually have a couple of these pieces.
It's white.
Yeah, so you can get the white color handle and the black color handle. So looking at your kitchen, color do you think you would go better, the black or the white, or we even have the red?
The red one.
the ones,
That's whatever
that
she
one
wants,
right
right?
there,
Happy wife,
yeah.
happy life,
She's a decorator.
or is it happy wife, happy knife with happy knives? Something like that. I think I remember that. There was like an extra line that I remember saying. All right, so this is your small laser knife. You're gonna use this for everything. Apples, oranges. By the way, you ever cut a tomato with a really dull knife before? You know how it like
Everything,
smushes
get
and
everywhere.
it squishes. You gotta like change your blouse all of a sudden because like a squirt tomato on that. I know he's a mess. All right, so I actually brought a tomato, so I'm gonna let you guys try it. Now I'm gonna show you how it works first, and then you guys can bite. See how thin that slice is? It's so thin, it only has one side. That's a joke. That's not physically possible, but you can go ahead and make some thin slices there. Check it out yourself. They're pretty awesome.
Wow, yeah, really big nuts.
I imagine how your knives used to work versus having that one for the rest of your life. All right, now everybody loves the versatility of the trimmer, but it's not going to be the perfect sandwich maker. Who does more sandwiches in the house? Is it you or the kids? You got a lot of
I
sandwiches.
have to pack their lunches.
So here's what's great. So the spatula spreader has the flexible double the edge, and as you can see, it's really good for like spreading and serving. And it is the greatest peanut butter jelly knife in the world. I actually do have this one too. And there's a couple of cool features about the spatula spreader. Also, it has it's a fortune teller. It'll show you the next Cutco owner. You got to just look at the blade. And it's also a musical instrument. I don't know if you guys knew this, but there's a musical note that it gets put that plays. You guys hear that?
Yeah.
You know what musical note that is? The B sharp. Because Cutco will always,
Be sharp.
the best joke I got. This is why I get paid the base pay. I got these like really awesome influential knife jokes here. All right, so yes. By the way, I will come over and tell you knife jokes if you buy this set at least like once every like 4 or 5 years if you really want to. That's how often I come over to try them out. I'll bring a couple knife jokes. So spatula spreader is awesome. It's flexible, so you can cut and serve. By the way, if I didn't have the spatula spreader, I would say so you can cut and then serve. I just make a step on my hand to the spatula spreader so you can visualize it. And you guys ever do avocados? You can go right through the skin, on the seed, pop it out, and then you can like spread the avocado even on a sandwich or something like that, so it's healthier. So anyway, spatula spreader, greatest knife we ever made. I have 4 of them in my house, and that's definitely a normal thing. But you probably wouldn't use it for meats or large fruits. That is why we have the peat carver. That's the one that you used earlier to cut the rope. I don't know how much rope cutting you do or food eating in your kitchen, but this is the knife that's going to save you the most amount of money. So statistically, people will spend twice as much on sliced fruit that they will on whole food, on whole fruits. So my dad, he used to buy like container of pineapple every single week like that, and it would cost about $5 to $6. And he switched over to the whole pineapple, which is only $1.50. So you're starting to save $3 a week, which is 50 weeks. I mean, that's $150 that you save just by owning that one knife over 10 years. That's $1,500. So even if that one knife cost $1,500, it would almost still be worth it. Now, just so you know, it's not that much. But even if it was, I'd still get you a good deal on it. Okay, now pause. That line right there just set up the price of a homemaker set versus one knife. Right? Even if that knife costs $1,500, it would still be worth it. Because remember how the whole set is.
Oh, yeah, generally.
Right? So I just set that up for them. Okay, so the next piece of Cutco is the turning fork. So that's this piece there. It has 3 sharp tines that make it easier to turn meats and veggies and get things out of a jar. It works really, really well with the peat carver. But again, these are not going to be for your large foods. That's going to be the butcher knife. So let me play this video. The butcher knife is going to be the barbecue knife or like the watermelon knife. This is good for like taking frozen foods and separating them like hot dogs or hamburgers. What do you guys think that you would use that knife for?
Barbecues and watermelons for sure.
Sure. Okay. Now, but this is not a chopping knife. For the chopping knife, you're going to want to use the petite chef knife. Okay. And it was so funny. So my mom used to chop her veggies like this. I don't know if you've ever heard anybody chop vegetables like that. But basically, that's really a good way to dull your knife as fast as humanly possible. So I actually also have this piece of Cutco here. And here, if you want, I can actually show you how to use this one because a lot of people have never learned how to use a real chopping knife. So here, I know that I brought a piece of carrot out. All right, so basically all you have to do is like think like paper cutter in middle school. You can just chop and dice. and you just push the carrot through. So you want to try it? Drop our carrot on the floor. So hold on, before you start, I want you to bring it all the way to the back, and you're only gonna cover the last 2 inches of the blade. I'm gonna hold the knife so you can do it. Okay, cool. Boom, you're a pro. Rachel, right here. So as you
You
can
taught
see,
me something for real, actually. I didn't know how to use that.
that's what I'm here for. I am a cutlery consultant, not a just Cutco salesperson. But yeah, so that way it's just gonna be a lot faster. As you can take 2, 3, 4, 5 carrots, chop them all at the same time, make stalks of celery at the same time. That way you get in and out of the kitchen a lot faster, get back to having fun, watching sports, whatever you like to do. All right, so the next piece of Cutco is gonna be your slicer. And there we go. So this is the best bread knife in the world. Long double the edge makes it great for cutting cake, shredding lettuce, and slicing boneless meats. But it's not for anything with a bone. That's what you have your master carver for. So think like, sitting, standing in front of the table, you got the family around, and you're about to carve the turkey with your knife at the table, and it's like butter. Like every smooth cut, you're like taking like piping hot turkey and you're giving it to everybody, because turkey loses temperature really fast when you bring it from the table. So that way you don't have to use like the electric chainsaw knife anymore. It's not 1987 anymore. We can retire that thing, right? Maybe put it in the garage sale for somebody else to use that doesn't have Cutco. All right, so can you see how over a lifetime you might actually use all the pieces in the set?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so to complete your set, your table knives, these are my favorite. We call them the mini lightsabers. And with this like little sheathy tool, you can take it camping with you. So we have like actually a good knife when you're slicing your veggies. So the table knife are you using for all 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So we don't make steak knives because not everybody eats steak every day. But these are butter knives that become table knives that become steak knives when you need them. So they kind of fit all 3 things. Now we do actually have a larger steak knife. Some people really wanted that, but these are sort of what's most popular. So so Mrs. Jones, I'm gonna have you actually check this out. So I know his steaks are definitely a little tiny bit better than that. But I'm gonna have you try this out. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and grab the steak knife, and I'm gonna have you go like this back and forth. Okay, so now we're gonna use the Cutco table knife. Don't push down as hard. Did you get stronger?
Yeah.
You want to try it again? Let's do 2 just to see like maybe more realistic.
Wow.
Isn't that pretty awesome? So again, vegetables, lasagna, fruits, slicing up an apple or something for the kids, and they're not sharp at the touch, so little kids can use them. So a lot of kids will use them as like their steak knife that they can actually use because they're not dangerous and they won't like poke each other. But it's really easy and safe for them because a sharp knife is much safer than a dull knife. I'm nodding my head, teaching sharp knives are dangerous. No, sharp knives are actually safer. So little kids also will grip it small enough for their hands, so they can actually cut their own food and you have to waste all that time doing it yourself. Isn't that awesome, right? So save a little time there, but also for your steaks. I know a lot of steaks are gonna be thicker than that, so they should be pretty good for that. So like I said, we do have a larger steakhouse style steak knife too, just because a lot of people wanted that. And obviously, if I was on a virtual, I would just be showing the video, but not be saying the same things. So here's our steak knife in case people want to get like a larger version of it. Notice that I'm not overselling the steak knife. I'm just showing it as like an option, even though some people like, if somebody wants it, doesn't matter how much you try to unsell it, they'll still want it. Okay. To complement your homemaker set, we have kitchen tools. Most people have like a bunch of mismatched kitchen tools, like the one that's melted, the one that looks kind of like a dinosaur kind of claw, and like the one that's all jiggly and like the flippers falling apart. So we have just one nice clean set that matches all your other Cutco
What is
knives.
that?
Which one? This guy?
No. This guy.
This guy's that's a whisk.
It's a whisk.
Yeah, so it's like for doing like cake, like batter and pancake batter and stuff like that. Okay, and then we have our entertainer pack. The entertainer pack has 4 popular tools. These are literally 4 tools that nobody ever has a good quality version of. So this is, by the way, our most popular wedding present that we sell, because again, nobody ever has these. So like they're like, how like people get like stuff for their kitchen and like they get like that platter that they only use once a year, or they get like the carving set that they only use once a year. The stuff they use every day and they'll think of it every time. So if you have a wedding coming up, let me know. But also, if you want to replace something, so here I'll have you watch the 4 videos. Blah blah blah. All right, and the one thing I did want to show you is the ice cream scoop. Ice cream scoop is one of our other magic tricks. So here's what I want you to go ahead and do. If you want to go ahead and grab an ice cube. So they grab your ice cube and I'm like, go ahead and just put it in the scoop. And what you'll notice is that the ice cube starts to melt instantly. And it's an incredible demonstration, and it sells the ice cream scoop every single time if you have it. I'll have them peel. Yeah, I'll have them peel the carrot. That's another inmate. That's the one that should be no problem. You know, whichever ones you have, and then whichever ones you don't have, you can always look at the video up.
If you don't want to have some pizza cutter.
Yeah. All right, so let me review why so many people choose to invest in Cutco, why we have so many satisfied customers. Okay, so you're always going to have Sharp American made knives that are comfortable, safe, and sanitary. Cutco's guaranteed to last forever, so be the last set of knives you'd ever buy. Cutco saves a lot of money. So most customers who buy Cutco just they eat out less. They like cooking at home a little bit more. It's more fun, and that saves $60 a month. It's $720 saved this first year. And over 25 years of owning Cutco, you'll save $18,000. Now, there are several reasons why so many customers choose a set of Cutco. Cutco sets have the right tool for the right job. Cutco sets have a built-in discount, so it's cheaper. Sets actually come with a free cutting board you use there, and then some other free Cutco as well. And sets are much safer because they come in a block or a tray, and we have interest-free monthly investment options, so you do not have to pay for it all at once. So when it comes to high quality cutlery, it's like anything else, there's a wide variety of quality and prices. Cutco is top rated, so we only compare to the highest quality brands. I got a price comparison here for our top competitors. This is Wusthof and this is Shen. Have you guys ever heard of those before?
I've heard of Wusthof.
Maybe, yeah, I like going to the cutlery store every day. But this is what the top quality ones are made overseas. They're two of the top selling brands in stores. So each brand has different types of sets which range in price. These are just Wusthof is the most popular. So the price for this Wusthof set is $3,435, and sometimes you can find it on sale for $2,000. And I'll tell you what, if I didn't have Cutco, I would definitely tell my mom to invest in one of those because it's such a better investment. Okay, so pause. You notice how I was very almost positive about the price of it, and even if you were rejecting it, I was like trying to win you over with my confidence that that's exactly how much it should cost. Because if you're like, oh, they're $3,400, then they're not going to think it's going to be worth it, and it won't make the price of Cutco at $14.19 that much more of a pizzazz moment. So you actually need to sell them like this is worth it. This is great. Now, there are some major differences between these brands and Cutco. Wusthof has mostly straight edges, so they do need to be resharpened, which might be a hassle. They're not recommended for the dishwasher, and the warranties on manufacturing defects only. In comparison, Cutco has our unique wedge-like handle, exclusive double D stay sharp edge, and we have our 4-part forever guarantee, which again includes free sharpening. Now, Cutco owners will tell you that it's 10 times better than any knives they've ever used. So just considering the guarantee and unique features, most people would agree that Cutco is at least twice as good as Wusthof. So when something offers twice the quality and value, notice I'm nodding, and twice the price and lasts forever, you'd expect it to be at least twice the price. So at twice the price, you're talking over $4,000 for a set of Cutco. So let me show you what you get for that. And I'm just going to close on Homemaker. As I mentioned, we have two large, by the way, I wouldn't say that on my demo. I'm just telling you guys. As I mentioned, we have two larger sets for people who do a lot more cooking, called the Complete and the Family Set. But first, let me just start by showing you the Homemaker Plus 8. It is the perfect set for families that cook 2 to 4 times a week. It's got the 10 basic tools that we went through earlier. It's got the 8 table knives, the wood block, and a sharpener for straight edges. And we also have a Homemaker that doesn't have table knives. So if you guys were considering a set of Cutco for the next 30 to 40 years of your life that you could pass down generation to generation, do you think that you would go for the one that without table knives or the one with table knives?
Definitely would, right? Yeah.
Okay, the one with table knives. Okay, awesome. Mind if I borrow that pen? Oh, here it is. All right, so the great thing is that it does not cost $4,000. In fact, it doesn't even cost as much as the Wusthof price, which is $34.35. The Homemaker Plus 8 set is only $14.19, and that's paid in full. And but that includes shipping. But most of our customers take advantage of our 5-month interest-free easy pay option, which is only $310 today. So it's about the price of a grocery bill. You just do it 5 times. You get the 15 business days and you can try it out. By the way, We have a bonus where if you got it today, you can get the kitchen tools. Oops.
Go on next.
You can get the kitchen tools, the entertainer pack, or the super shears for free. Which of those free options do you think you would like better?
I like the scissors.
The shears, again, it's whatever she wants, right?
Yeah, here's this.
Here's it is. Okay, Mrs. Jones, well, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you. So would you like to go ahead and get the homemaker today and get your free shears?
Would it be possible for us to get the shears and the entertainment?
I can tell he's a tough business person. You know what? I'm not exactly sure if I can do that. Is it okay if I call my manager?
Yep.
Okay, I call
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
manager, boom. Go ahead and put your stock on. Yeah, you said that we could, so did you want to go ahead and get this today?
Yeah, I want the scissors.
All right, yeah, let's do it.
So it's a little bit too much money. Hey, I totally understand how you feel.
My bad.
No, it's okay. I know I'm doing a good thing. Sarah's about to bust out a credit card and all the things I don't know what she's doing. Let me ask you, is it that it's like too many pieces or just a little bit too much money?
It is a little bit much.
Hey, I totally understand how you feel. I know that you guys are sending one of your kids to college and everything. You're mentioning that was kind of the reason for it. If I was in your position, I kind of feel the same way too. But we have a really amazing program for individuals that are spending a lot of money sending their kids to college. We called the I'm sending my kids to college discount special. So remember earlier that we said you had some knives that you probably don't use that much?
Yeah.
So we have a program where, so I can't, I don't know if I can give you the shears for free today, but if you trade in some of those old, gross, disgusting knives, what I'll do is I'll take the price down from $13.19, from $14.19. Okay, I'm gonna take it down to $11.22. So I'll take your knives, but I'll give you almost a $300 discount. And then you could do that one for $245 instead.
How much are the shears?
The shears, they're $50,000 a piece. I'll get you, I mean, I can get you probably like a $1 discount or something. Just kidding. Do you really, really love the shears? Okay, let me see what I can do. They're normally, like I said, they're normally about 120. Okay, how about this? I'm going after a really big goal today. I'll go ahead and just buy them for you. You want to go ahead and do that today? Because you can do the trade in with the fair shears. This wouldn't be a good CPO, but you can do it. I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and get those for you. How does that sound? Still too much money? Hey, I totally get it. That's just our first step. Like this would be the set that a lot of people would get if like money wasn't an issue and like they can just get whatever. But do you mind if I show you what most of my customers actually do?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So let's go ahead and share
You
user.
zoomed in on this one. Not the other one. You zoomed in on it.
Let me show you our most popular set that we sell. Actually, because of what you guys are saying, I think this would be much, much better for you. So this is called our Super Galley set. This one's great because it has basically everything that the homemaker has. You're just missing like two pieces that you probably wouldn't use as often. So let me show you what it comes with. So you get the paring knife for the air, trimmer for the small stuff, the spatula, the turning fork, the decarver, the chef knife, and the slicer. Isn't it kind of hard to even notice what's the difference in the set? Because you're getting rid of the master carving set that like nobody really uses anymore. And then because you can use the decarver and the turning fork, and then you get the butcher knife. And how often are you like chopping up like a heads off goats, right? So you're not even using that much anyways. And even for the big stuff, you can always use the chef knife. So it kind of has everything you need. And this one, instead of being $14.19 or $11.22 like the homemaker set, so this one for the one with the table knife is only $10.24. And I can still give you the shears for free. And you can always upgrade to the bigger homemaker set later.
Would we get another block for it? Because we wouldn't have a place to keep those knives, would we?
What do you mean? It comes with a wood block right here.
No, if we upgrade.
Oh, so what I do is we have a past customer upgrade program that when you end up upgrading to the bigger wood block, I'll just give you a big discount on the whole entire package, the upgrade. So that would only be $224. Yeah, so you don't have to buy a whole new set. You would have to get the new wood block and a couple of the new knives if you wanted to upgrade, but I'll just give you a big discount on the whole thing because you'll be my past customer. I just want to make sure I take care of you guys. So it'd only be $224 for that. How's that sound?
Sounds pretty good, but you know how it is. Not gonna be using all the knives. I use a couple of knives at most.
Yeah, no problem. Again, this is just our bigger sets. Here's what we can do. I can show you the starter set, but you guys think you more like customize your own set.
Custom sounds better, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me
Yeah.
show you some of our custom sets, and you can tell me, if any of these ones have the knives that you like. So again, these are all customized by different customers that we've had. They just request the same knives over and over again. So we can put them in a wood block. So let me know if any of these custom sets looks like something, or if maybe you just want to do a totally different customization of it. So we have this one, paring knife, spatula, turning fork with the carver and chef. And this one doesn't have the chef knife, it's just a little thin knives there. And then we've got. So do one of these custom sets look like what you would use, or do you want to fully customize?
We think that all knives looks pretty good, right?
You think?
Yeah.
So that's what it comes with. You get the paring knife, the trimmer, spatula, chef, and the carver that has like all the pieces you really would use all the time.
I mean, other than the carver, yeah, that sounds like basically everything I've used.
Okay.
Daily.
All right. So this is like, we call it the cell phone set, because the price of it monthly is less than your cell phone.
Yeah, it's less than my cell phone bill.
And then with this one, I'll still give you the shoes. And you can always upgrade to the bigger set later. Does that sound good?
Yeah. that definitely
All right. High
sounds
five, Mrs. Jones. Welcome to the Cutco family. You're going to love it. I get to be your Cutco person forever. And then let me go ahead and enter the app. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and press submit. You guys go with that. All right. Awesome. So how'd you like my demo?
good. Pretty good, yeah.
How'd I do? Okay.
Very impressive, yeah.
All right, well, the best way that the company gets a chance to see how I'm doing is that you have to rate my appointment. Can I show you how to do my ratings? It's really easy, takes you 3 seconds. Okay, go ahead and grab your phone. See that text message I sent you? Okay, if you can go ahead and download the app. And I'm gonna give you my rep number. Basically, this is a private internal app. It's just between Cutco and our Cutco customers. We just want to be able to see if I'm doing good, or if I came over and picked your cat or something. Don't tell me I did that, by the way. All right, I didn't, but just in case you wanted to say, there's a little part that says, did I kick cat? Yes or no? Just put maybe. All right, so let me know when you have the app open. It should say found meeting from Mr. Bhakta. Okay, go ahead and click continue. If you want to answer the 4 questions, and it only takes a minute. You'll see my bio page there has a picture of me, a little about me. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so here's how you can really help me out. I get paid every time I show Cutco, but I can only show it to people that I've been personally recommended to. So I need you to do, I'm gonna just take a couple of notes here while I'm wrapping up. It's just, you're gonna go ahead in a minute, tap on about 10 to 15 people from your contacts that would be nice enough to take a look at the presentation. I am not looking for people that you think would buy, just nice moms like you that would be willing to take a look, and that would really help me out. So can you go ahead and click the share button, allow access, and you'll see like all of your friends' contacts pull up. Let me see your phone screen to make sure that I saw it. Okay, perfect. So by the way, after we come up with the list, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to send your friends a heads up text message, which I'll just show you how to do in a minute. Lets them know I'll be reaching out. If anyone responds saying they don't want to say, they don't want to see the really nice Cutco college guy, I'm going to remove them. But I found most people's friends are really appreciative that we just let them know in advance after we make the list. So that way they know who I am. So while I'm cleaning up, if you want to check off 483 people, 10 to 15. That would be nice enough to take a look. Not necessarily just the buyers, just nice people like you. That would be awesome.
Susie.
Yeah. Don't we have a chef in there somewhere?
By the way, not just people you think would buy, just anyone who's nice. Just someone who doesn't hate college students.
Yeah, she would definitely, she looks.
Now, by the way, even if you don't think that they would do it, just put them down anyways, just because it really helps me toward the scholarship, and I'm really working hard for that. That would be great. By the way, when you get to 10, you become a sponsor, but if you get to 20, that's a double sponsor. So here's what sponsor means. I have this like pool of sponsors. Once I get to 50 of them, my manager gives me $150 of Cutco, so all the extra stuff you didn't buy, you might be able to get it for free. Just kind of a nice way to say thank you to anyone who's a sponsor. So how many does it say that you have so far?
It says I got 9.
Got 9, that's awesome. Hey, if you can get to 50, now let's just try to get to 10 right now. If you can get to 10, you become a sponsor. So how about just like one nice mom from the soccer team? I know you mentioned earlier, kids play soccer. Who's like the, I don't know, who's the mean mom and the nice mom? You can put them down both if you want. I'll be nice to the mean mom and I'll be mean to the mean mom and nice to the nice mom. Is that right? Is that how we do it? Okay. All right. Hey, I know that you really like that ice cream scoop, and we can get it to you. How about a deal? You like free stuff?
Yeah.
How about free
Right.
Cutco? All right, so I'm gonna do Cutco with Santa Claus moment. I'm really working hard for this goal. I normally just give away free cutting boards, but how about this? If you get me to 20, I'll go ahead and buy the ice cream scoop. If you can get to 20, just
Yeah.
click. You can literally just click it on his phone. Yeah, just all the nice moms. Okay, awesome. All right, you got how many do you have so far?
21.
Wow, you're so close to 30. Okay, how about this? Okay. I
Just
can't
give us
fit-
the whole entertainer pack and then we'll pick it up.
Yeah, well, I don't wanna get fired. How about this? Like I said, I normally do the cutting board or the ice cream scoop. I'll do the cutting board too. By the way, the cutting board, the big one. I'll do the big one that you can do like the watermelon on. It's like forever cutting board. How about this? If you can get me to 30, I will also buy you yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. I think I can squeeze it in. I think I can put that in there. Yeah, if you get to 30, you get the cutting board. Cool. And let me know if you get to 40. Okay, awesome. So it looks like, how many did you get to? You got to 30? That's awesome. Well, hey, it's just so much easier. Let me make sure it came through on my side. Refresh. Okay, yep, I see. It's just so much easier for me if I know, if they already know who I'm calling. So if you want to go ahead and click view, shared and introduce, and just click the create message. You see how it opens up a text message for you? Right? So just like your friend texted you that I'd be calling you, would you mind just texting them? It really means the world. I'm gonna have to take a couple more. So do you mind if I wash my knives? I know we cleaned a couple of them. I go to the sink, I wash the knives. Okay, cool. And then if you want to text at least 3 or 4 or 35 people, at least 3 or 4 would be awesome. Basically, they send a text message. Okay, great. And also, like I mentioned, it's just so much easier if I know who I'm calling. So out of those 30 people that you call, if you really think about it, like if you were me trying to win a scholarship, who would you call first?
Probably our neighbor,
The neighbor. What's their name again? John, neighbor. And then why do you think they would be so good?
well, for one, he loves to cook and barbecue,
What's his wife's name?
Sarah.
Sarah. Okay, cool. And then who'd be the second person that you write that you would reach out to?
What do you think,
Joanne,
Joanne.
yeah.
How do you know her?
She works with me at my, at the gardening,
Well, how long you guys been working there?
for like a good 6 years.
What's something you like about her? Why you think she's great?
Because I know she cooks.
She cooks
And
a lot, she
yeah,
cooks
she
a lot.
cooks a lot. She's kind of a chef too, that's the one.
Okay, awesome. I'll go through all that stuff. Awesome. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up and I can't wait to meet your really nice friends.